Hey guys, welcome. Quick tutorial on advanced nutrients, the full lineup, how to get your buds from here to here to here. This is the primary nutrients. This is the A and B, SensiGrow A and B. This will do vegetative state. It'll get your plants growing nicely. A and B. Might want to move up to the A and B in the bloom. These are primary nutrients, so just basically these 4 bottles I just showed, technically you'll grow all your plant out, but that's when you want to get into the extra additional stuff. It's like the vitamins, the extra flavors. This is the most expensive probably, but it's probably the best. It's going to add those terpenes. It is only in flower stage. You want to use the Bud Factor X. B52, you want to use at all times, vegetative state all the way to flowering state. This is not that expensive, but this is like a must in between the whole grow. After those bottles, you're probably trying to buy this. This is probably the last bottle you're trying to buy if you're really trying to step your game up. This is probably one of the first bottles you're trying to buy. The other bottle that we're missing today is the Bud Candy. The Bud Candy I'm out of officially, so we're not going to mention that. But if you ever do need some calcium magnesium, you can add their own SensiCal, which is going to really help out. If you want to use it in your regular reservoir feeding, you could also do it by just a few milliliters, probably 2 milliliters for the additional regular feeding schedule. Otherwise, you want to probably ramp it up to like 8 milliliters if you want to do something special and they're really deficient. Rhino Skin's going to stiffen up the stalk, which is going to make the cell walls really dense and strong, make the plants really strong, healthy, and create dense buds. Big Bud says it all in the word. This is the best bottle Big Advanced Nutrients has. It's the one that really takes your game to the next level. I'm actually using that right now, which I'm going to be stepping up to the next one, but you use Big Bud first. Most important, if you can't afford the next one, you only stick with Big Bud. Big Bud is good. The next one is Overdrive. After you can afford to get that, you definitely want to go into the Overdrive. The Overdrive is going to kick it up into the next gear of Big Bud to create the last additional growth into your grow. Not that pricey. I completely recommend it. I try not to do it without it for sure. I got some Nirvana. This is just an additional terpene, give you some terpenes, give you some flavor, give you some boost, give you some potency, if I'm not mistaken as well. I highly recommend it, and it's not that affordable. It's quite affordable. Carbo Load is going to give you some carbs, hook you up on the carbo load, just like for what it says. You only use it really in the flowering stage. I believe you could probably use it in the veg stage all weeks of the flower bloom phase only. Sorry. Yes, only bloom phase. Revive is only to use if your plants need some additional time to revive, which is in the word. You could put it normally with like 2 milliliters you want to put in your reservoir per gallon, but if it's not needed, this is only when the plants are lacking something. Sensizyme is going to clean your nutrients. It's going to clean up the root zone. It's going to clean up everything around the plant, and it's going to make your plants and your roots really, really healthy. I recommend it. Bud Igniter is only used in the first 2 weeks of flowering. Do recommend it. I really like it. Within the first few days, you're going to start noticing the difference, so I highly recommend it. Here it is, Bud Igniter. It is quite expensive. This was like $70 for just this bottle, but you get a smaller bottle version, you get the big bottle, you can save some money, but you want to start off with something really good. Otherwise, I'm hearing that the Bud Blood might be working just like this. Might want to do some research on that, but Bud Blood might take care of this too. Please look into it, which I am looking into. That was pretty much it, guys. But like I said, you really want to step your game up. You got to go through quite a few of those bottles to make sure you get there. Another thing we have here is the recipe, and this would be right here that I'm showing you would be the recipe for just the regular recipe. If you really, really want to step your game up, you could take a pause of that and take a look at it and have it for yourself. Otherwise, you want to go to this one, which is going to be the master recipe. This is the one I use, plus a few additional other bottles. I highly recommend it. If you really want to step your game up These nutrients are specifically dialed in for marijuana, guys, or not for other plants. So yeah, we're using advanced nutrients around here. All right, guys? Thank you for your time.